Hey, 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 check it out. I can see myself clearly. I'm no longer filming in a sauna. I had my iPhone 15 for a few days and I just decided to update it. Those of you that don't know, I broke my camera fishing in the summer. And since I don't do a lot of selfie stuff, I had no need for that camera, but now I do. So, anyway, we are clear. So, I'm going to make this perfectly clear. I want to talk about the black community. So, as a Republican, I know that's not a lot of votes, but I don't care. I, I, I like to, when I see an underdog or people struggling, I want to help them. Now, I also, having said that, I also don't like reverse discrimination, where Asians were being excluded from schools and colleges and people that were qualified. And also, if you have two equal, or if you have two applicants and one is more qualified for the job, especially if it's a job where people's lives are at risk if something happens, I believe that you should take the better qualified person, whether that person is black, white, red, orange, polka dot. So I do not like reverse discrimination. If that's what it's called, I don't know the proper terminology, and at this point I really don't care. I'm not here to offend anybody. But one of my goals would be to go into the black communities and find out what their needs are. I know as a Republican, that is not probably, as I'm running, they said, well, target these areas because they're more of a vote for you. I don't care about that. I am going to target all the areas as I am currently doing. But I would like to meet with black leaders, black churches, and find out what's going on. There is no doubt that when you get into the city, Mahoning, into the inner city, that there is a lot more crime than there is in more affluent areas. And I don't know what change I can make, but I'd like to find out, and I'm reaching out to you. So, when I think of Black Lives Matter, I think that this is my feeling. I believe the black community was duped again. The way I see it, since President Biden was elected, the day or the week or the months or the years following, I don't know what real change has come to the black community. And I don't understand why they're still not rioting in the streets right now and they're not burning things down. Because as far as I'm concerned, I don't think for the typical African American black person in the inner city that's still struggling, I don't know how much change has come in that period of time. And I don't know why they're still not so angry. We do know what happened. Well, most of us know what happened with the some of the ringleaders of BLM. They took a lot of that money and did not disperse it to where it should have been and bought multiple homes. And, it's just another one of those things where people betray their own people. And certain people are used for an agenda and then they're taken advantage again. I'm going to win this, and I'm going to do some things that are unpopular. And one of the things that are unpopular is I don't know how many people visit impoverished communities and really, really try to make a difference. Maybe one of the reasons is when my father came here, he met my mother when he was in college. And here you had this Chinese man coming from Asia. He escaped. When I say he escaped, when he came here, I had the opportunity to interview my father years before he passed away. And I have it on a CD. And it's a really, really good interview. And he talked about how all the people were saying they saw communism coming over the hill. And basically that meant they saw communism spreading through their communities. And as he was of college age, he applied to come to college here. And he got his student visa, and then he studied for his citizenship here, which he told me that was one of the one of the happiest days of his life. Well, when he came here and he went to college, he met my mother, who was a little French, Hungarian, Polish woman. very small woman, and she had blonde hair. And they would walk down the street and they would get spit on. And my mother, bless her heart, stuck with my father. That would have been in the 50s. And then they raised a beautiful family of 6 kids. And, we never had a lot of money and we struggled. But thinking back to how my mother stuck with my father back in those days when there was prejudice against Asians, and there still is to some point, but I will tell you, in the 70s, I was so welcomed here. I knew of one other Asian kid when I went to school. And I was raised right outside of Ohio in South Beaver, Pennsylvania, went to Blackhawk School District. And I was a troublemaker until I really, as a teen, I got into the martial arts, and that straightened me out. And that goes along with why I don't want certain children to fall through the cracks in our systems. And I want to offer other sports, not just football and basketball. But so I went to Blackhawk School District, and I was very welcome. I didn't even realize I was different than people until one day I was in a store and someone made fun of me because of the way I looked and my eyes. But, so even back in the 70s in this area, I was very welcome. So, that's a good thing. But so I would like to help. I think some of that need to help people that are down on their luck, that don't have as much opportunity. I think it comes from my upbringing and my family history. So I want to reach out to the Black community, and I want to give a fair share to everybody. I am against giving an overly fair share to any group of people or any person. Again, I believe if 2 people apply for a job and one is more qualified, I'm a businessman. The person that is more qualified should get that job. But we want to start kids when they're young. We want to give them an opportunity to believe that there is hope in this world, that they can strive and they can get out of situations. We want to give parents and single parents that hope as well. That is why I'm for school choice. I want to institute a program where kids can get to the schools that they want to go to and study what they'd like to study in an environment where they know they're going to be safe. And I want parents to have that choice as well. So I am reaching out to the Black community as well, any impoverished community. I really, not if I win, when I win, that's going to be a large part of my agenda as well. So rickchai.com, check out my policies, and Rick Chai for Congress, and my hand. I hope the Apple stabilization is working well, because my hand is starting to shake. So rickchai.com, Rick Chai for Congress on Facebook, and I'm going to win this, people. I'm the underdog here too. Just like I hope impoverished communities win eventually, and people can do that there, I'm going to win this, because I'm doing this for you. I'm doing it for me. I'm not doing it to climb a political ladder. I'm not doing it for wealth. I genuinely want to bring change. I want to end corruption in local, state, and federal government. And I want to help people rise up and be the best they can be and live up to their potential. So you're going to march 19 of your friends on March 19th, and you're going to vote for me in the primary so that I can go to head in the general, and I can win this thing, and I'll win this for Ohio.